So, good day everyone. Kamusta kayong lahat? Oh. So, I hope you were all doing well today, guys. I will be discussing the first topic in chapter 1, which is the introduction to Sigmund Freud and its historical context. So, Freud's lasting influence shapes modern practice and theory. His psychoanalytic system models personality development and therapy, emphasizing the unconscious factors and character modification. So, this chapter will be covering the psychoanalysis, related psychotherapies, and Erickson's psychosocial theory, and also the Jung's approach, which will be discussed by the other presenters or discussants. So, next, let's know naman some of the facts about Sigmund Freud. So, Sigmund Freud was born in Vienna in the year 1856. He was the firstborn of their large family, and also he has a authoritarian father. So in terms of his career naman, he became a medical lecturer at the age of 26. So at a very young age, naging medical lecturer na siya, and during his personal struggles, na-develop niya ang psychoanalysis, which is gingamit niya for his self-analysis, and he used dream analysis for his insights. So, to make it short about the facts of Sigmund Freud, he's Sigmund Freud and pioneer han psychoanalysis, which is a comprehensive theory of personality. So next we have the Freud's view of human nature. So basically, the Freudian view of human nature is deterministic. So nayakan ni Freud nga, ang aton kuno behavior is determined by irrational forces, unconscious motivations, and biological and instinctual drives. So when irrational forces, ang siya mga unconscious drives and desires nga nag-influence ang aton actions without awareness. And unconscious motivations naman is these are hidden motivations that stem from repressed memories and desires. And also the biological and instinctual drives, these are innate drives, particularly those related to psychosexual development that shape behavior. So as this evolved through psychosexual stages in the first 6 years of life. So, Freud or Freudian view of human nature is may gintatawag hiya nga instincts, which are the life instincts and the death instincts. So, an instincts are central to the Freudian approach. So, ini nga life instincts, ansya ini ang mga instinct for survival of the individual and the human race. So, this include the sexual energy and all pleasurable acts with the goal of gaining pleasure and avoiding harm. For example, some basic example ni is that nakaon kita when gingugutom or eating when we're hungry, nagsisik in medical health when ill or injured kita. So this is one of the basic example of life instincts, or ang goal talaga hini is that gaining pleasure and avoiding harm. So kung life instincts naman is nagigain hin pleasure o naga-avoid hin harm, ini naman hin death instincts is the account for aggressive drives. It manifests as an unconscious wish to die or harm oneself or others. For example, kung an usa nga person is nagsi-self-harm niya or let's say naglalaslas or bagan suicidal, and may dana yung mga death wishes, so di da makikita naton is an usa nga tawo is having death instincts kung bagat he's being suicidal na. So pag-manage ni rahin aggression is usa nga major challenge para ha mga tao nga suicidal or having a death instincts. So now let's move on to the structure of personality. So according to the Freudian view of psychoanalytic, the personality consists of three systems, which is the id, ego, and superego. These are names for psychological structure and should not be thought of as mannequins that separately operate the personality. One's personality functions as a whole rather than as three discrete segments. So first we have the id, which is the primal, instinctual part of personality and is present from birth. It operates on the pleasure principle, seeking immediate gratification and avoiding pain, without logic or morality, and remains largely unconscious. So for example, nalaan bata, for example, kumita yahin tinda or hatindahan hindulsi and pagkita pala niya, gusto na niya ito. So, without logic or morality, gusto niya kuhaon ito nga waray bayad or magkukuhaon la talaga niya para magkaadalahin immediate gratification iya self. So, bagat without knowing consequences, iya ito ginkuha para la ma-satisfy or mag-gratify an iya gusto. Next is the ego, which is the executive that mediates between the id's impulses and reality. Guided by the reality principle, it uses logical thinking to satisfy needs and maintains awareness of the external world. So for example nala is bugan kun kumaon ka sa restaurant and kumita ka hin marasa nga dessert and gusto mo mag-order hin duha para masatisfy imo needs. So imo id gusto niya duha nga dessert para talaga masatisfy or mag-gratify mataganin immediate gratification an imo gusto. So an imo ego nag-remind ha imo that diet ka or you're trying to eat healthy foods. So bagan an imo ego nag-suggest that mas maupay kung usalaan imo orderon nga dessert, which is ansyan ginsunodhan imo ego, because yakan pa nga ni the ego operates on the reality principle, mediating between the id and the external world. So next naman we have the superego. Superego is the moral component representing societal values and striving for perfection. It inhibits the id's impulses and influences the ego towards moralistic goals using guilt and pride to enforce standards. So for example, han superego, for example, hini is that kung may nag-uusahan na lang nga sandwich and gutom-gutuman ka na, ngan may ka nakita nga someone nga feeling mo mas gutom-gutuman pa hiya kaysa imo. So an imo superego, bagat ginsugo kaniya to share your sandwich or ighatag na lahayin imo sandwich even if you're also hungry. So with that, bagat adiha aton an, for example, naisip ta kung di rin maluwat ihatag, liwat ha imo an guilt because maaram ka nga nagugutom liwat hiya even without waray ka man unta labot ha iya, pero kay nakita mo and feeling mo nga magigilty ka kung di rin mo yatagaan. So ansyad to gin-share mo an imo or ginhatag mo an imo sandwich even nga gingugutom ka liwat and waray ka na iba nga food. So because for you it is the right and compassionate thing to do. And I thank you. So next naman we have the consciousness and the unconscious. So for Freud, consciousness is a thin slice of the total mind, like the greater part of the iceberg that lies below the surface of the water. So ada naman guys sa picture naka-attach or naka-indicate na an aton kuno dida consciousness or makikita niyo may bagat dako nga part an iceberg ngan guting nga part, and guting nga part which is an nakikita is an aton consciousness or conscious mind which consists of all our mental processes that we are aware of. So ito naman nga ada ilarom or dako nga partan iceberg is that an aton unconscious mind nga nag-store naton experiences, memories, and repressed material, exerting a powerful influence on behavior. So ini nga dako nga kanon ay an aton iceberg an siya iton aton unconscious or naton unconscious mind nga nagko-consistent mental processes nga diri kita aware. So nayakan nga di nga like an iceberg, the most important part of the mind is the part that you cannot see, which is our unconscious mind. So the psychoanalytic therapy aims to bring these unconscious motives into conscious awareness, enabling individuals to make informed choices and address the root causes of neurotic symptoms which stem from these hidden processes. So now let's move on to anxiety. So anxiety is a feeling of dread that results from repressed feelings, memories, desires, and experiences that emerge to the surface of awareness. It can be considered a state of tension that motivates us to do something. So there are three types of anxiety, which is the reality anxiety, neurotic anxiety, and moral anxiety. So the reality anxiety is that fear of danger from the external world, or unreality anxiety is that, for example, an individual is being scared of something that could actually hurt them or hurt themselves. So for example is that kung kumita ka handog nga aggressive nga tidaw pa imo, syempre magkakaada ka dahil nito fear nga bangin sibuon ka or ig-atakkahan ayam. So an level of anxiety is proportionate to the real threat, which is an aggressive nga dog nga tidaw pa imo. So with that, tida mo na feel an reality anxiety nga imo kahadlok or fear nimo nga bangin ig-attack ka kay syempre ada ito nga dog nga aggressive nga na ikasiribuha imo. Syempre dalagan ikaw. Charot. So another type of anxiety naman is neurotic anxiety. So this is the fear that instincts will get out of control, and also the fear of being punished for actions driven by uncontrolled instincts. So, a neurotic anxiety, bagat siya ng fear nga, fear of losing control of your impulses and doing something you'll regret. So, for example, nalahini is that signuntan nala school kung hino may mga pet peeve di daaw. For example, may dakaosa nga tao nga pet peeve. Pet peeve mo, tas nagiinari nga sa didatim atubangan while nag-iistorya ka mo tim friend or classmate. Tapos, naisip mo, banhan, pagkaiha nga nagpipinigil ka, naiisip mo or nahadlok ka, nga bangin ka ma-out of control, nga tigda mo hiya masampal. Char, hindi, mananampal pa. So that's it. A neurotic anxiety is that fear of losing control of your impulses and doing something nga bangin mariregret mo talaga pag masampal mo. Charot. So ansya adto baga singa nila nasampal ko ikaw kay na out of control ako. Charot, di ra to pwede. So next we have the moral anxiety. And moral anxiety is the fear of one's own conscience or the guilt resulting from acting contrary to one's moral code. So for example, nakapurot ka kwarta pero waray may kumita imo nga ikaw ang nakapurot, or pag kuman kwarta waray may kumita waray waray tao na iba, ikaw la talaga nakadto. Tas 1,000 pagod day, charot. Pero nahadlok ka lagi hap nga imuhon mo or parcel na ini day, charot. Nga imuhon mo kay maaram ka man nga mali. Biskan maaram kaliwat nga waray may kumita ngan diri ka man maaram kung hinong tag-ihad to. An imo la talaga nakitaan mo lahiya. Pero diri to imo day. Nakitaan mo lahiya 1,000 pagod. Nakitaan mo hiya pero nahadlok ka ang kunon. Maaram ka man na mali. So di da na suludan moral anxiety nga. Bagat nahadlok ka nga magkaada ka konsensya kay baaday bangin iparalit ito medisina tas gin-parcel mo la. Charot. So, moral anxiety is fear of one's own conscience or feeling guilty for violating moral code. So, now let's move on naman to ego defense mechanisms. So, first we have the repression. So, repression is threatening or painful thoughts and feelings are included from awareness. So, it's like you're automatically deleting traumatic memories. Ang siya itong repression. For example, bagat gin-forget mo imo childhood trauma because pag maaram kay mo kalugaringon nga pag naaalala mo or pag maaalala mo hiya is magiging upset ka or may da na kuan nga emotion nga dire mo nagugustuhan. So an imo ginagamit nga defense mechanism is ginre-repress mo hiya. So next naman is denial. So ang denial is that closing one's eyes to the existence of a threatening aspect of reality. So, maaram naman kita yun nga denial nga, bagat refusing to accept reality or facts. So, for example, nalayan kung mida ka mo crush. For example, sa sunlog kanim kasangkayan nga, may crush ka kan emo girl best friend. Pero diri ka pa na amin bisungod man talaga. Walahi no di dan diri na amin. Charot. Bagan asya na nga ni denial ka. It's like you're pretending something isn't true even when it is. So that is denial. So next naman is reaction formation. It is actively expressing the opposite impulse when confronted with a threatening impulse. So, I hope guys, diri malabo nga na video, pero i-screenshot na lang. Ato man ni habok ni ma'am, ginkuha ko lang nga table. So, ang reaction formation is bagan, ang imo gini-express is an opposite kung ano talaga ang imo na-feel or expressing the opposite of how you truly feel. So, for example, naging nice ka to someone nga you secretly dislike or nagiging nice ka mo pet peeve nga. Pero pag waray dida, grabe ka ba? Giliriniba ka naman Charot. Bagan so dito it's like you're expressing the opposite of how you truly feel. So that is reaction formation. Next naman is projection. Attributing to others one's own unacceptable desires and impulses. Example of projection is that ada ka relationship and then gina-accuse mo imo partner of being jealous where in fact ikaw man nga yan na nagsiselos bakit ganun? So, ang projection, siya na nga nito, bagat you are attributing your own unacceptable thoughts or feelings to someone else. Bagan, it's similar to denial lahiya. Pero, ini ginpo-project niya ha iba nga tawo. Ang denial naman dire kala talaga na amin. So hain ka man dida. Charot. So next is displacement. And displacement is self-explanatory naman ini. Basahon ko nala. It is directing energy toward another object or person when the original object or person is inaccessible. So for example, in displacement is that baga guol ka imo work ngan pag-uli mo anaw nga nimo bugto nim nakit-an. So yan nim na himurang tanday. Charot. Or for example nala kung naaringit ka na talaga ora-ora or urit-uritan ka na sun imo ka urit gin suntok mo an iyo pa der. Bobo ka. Charot. Unshatun displacement bagat directing energy toward another object or a person. Next naman is next? And next is rationalization. It is manufacturing good reasons to explain away a bruised ego. So, bagan din for example, mayakan ka nga nag-fail ka ha test or ha quiz because waray ka enough time or busy ka talaga sa life mo, enough time to study, pero anungod is waray ka talaga mag-aram. Bagan ako. Charot. So, unrationalization is that you are creating false but believable excuses to justify unacceptable behavior. So, siya na nga nito bagat kuan hiya matuod-tuod like ani mo kasi ganyan busy-busyhan or may daka talaga enough or valid reason nga kung kaya nag-fail ka test where in fact anungod la talaga dito is waray la talaga magkaram. Bagan kita man ini. Charot. Next naman is sublimation. Sublimation is diverting sexual or aggressive energy into other channels. So, sublimation is bagan transforming unacceptable urges into socially acceptable behaviors. For example, you're having a bad day like aringit ka kay nakita mo annawang nimbugto nga napaaringit man talaga. So, instead nga mabad trip ka, an imong ginhimo nga defense mechanism is that nagpatukar ka na lang, nanlimpyo kayo balay. So, it's like turning your bad feelings into good actions kay, di ba? Nabad trip ka nga ni. Bagan okay lang na bad trip ka kay nalimpyon man yung balay. Bagan so dito sublimation. You are transforming unacceptable urges into socially acceptable behaviors. So that's it. Next naman is regression. Regression is going back to an earlier phase of development when there were fewer demands. Regression is that bagan you're reverting to an earlier stage of development in the face of, for example, stress. Okay, for example, stress ka na ora-ora haakads. And tigda mo gusto ma-feel nga i-take care ka imo mama or magpa-baby ka kan kuan. Hala, bagan magpa-baby ka kan imo mama. Yan na diri na kan mama nagpapa-baby. Kanay man. Kamo ha. So, ansyad to bagat an ini nga regression, ini nga kind of defense mechanism is that may naluwat kita mga sugad din nga defense mechanism danay. Nga pag kuan stress na didi sa katbalogan, mauli hadaram para mag-inanga kandananay. Charot. So, ansyad to regression. Next naman is introjection. it's like taking in and swallowing the values and standards of others. Next naman, we have the um, identification. It is identifying with successful causes, organizations, or people in the hope that you will be perceived as worthwhile. An identification is that, for example, you are a fan of a basketball team. Fan ka sa nga basketball team, ang bagad, somehow, gusto mo maging pare sa ira or maging part han ira team. So, ang ginhimo mo para ma-feel mo nga bagan paros ka ira. Bagan ka-team kanira or part kan ira team or usa kaliwat nga basketball player. Wow. Usa kaliwat na basketball player. So, nimo ginhimo biskan di ka man talaga maara mag-basketball, MM ka la. Is that ginagsulot kahin sports team jersey just to feel like you're part of the team. So an identification is that feeling good about yourself by associating with successful people or groups. So siya identification. So next naman is the last ego defense mechanism is compensation. Compensation is masking perceived weaknesses or developing certain positive traits to make up for limitations. So it's like you're making up for weakness by being great at something else. Bagat, for example, na rin kung ikaw or an usang nga tao is nag-struggle ka haakads or you're not good in academics but you're really good in sport. And imong ginhimo, you strive more or you strive to become a star athlete. So bagan dinhi bagan gin compensate niya nga. Yes, di rin nga ako good at academics but good ako ha sport. Ngan dinhi ako bagat mag-excel or dinhi ako mas mag-improve. So bagat nag-strive hiya to be a star athlete. So ansya na nga ninyakan ko kanina nga bagan you're trying to excel in one thing to hide weakness in another. So ansya na adton imo weakness is that diri ka good academics pero gimbawi mo man ha athlete. Pero ako wala ako itong duwa. Chara. So ansya aton ego defense mechanisms. At ini nga table guys adto man ini habok ni ma'am ginkuha ko labangin kasi malabo dito ha video. So ansya to. So now let's move on naman to the development of personality. So the importance of early development has a significant contribution of the psychoanalytic model is delineation on the stages of psychosexual and psychosocial stages of development from birth through adulthood. So kan Freud view na yakan hiya nga anaton early experiences has a significant contribution nga nag-shape aton personality. So psychosexual stages naman. So kaniniya it refers to the chronological phases of development. So when we say chronological stages or phases, it refers to the events or stages that is arranged in the order they occur in time. So starting in infancy, wherein ang mga unresolved issues during those stages, if nagkaadahin ang mga nito unresolved issues or conflict or diriya na met ang mga need dito, so possible nga it could lead to psychological difficulties during those stages of development. So now let's move on to Erikson's psychosocial perspective. So niya kan Erikson idea or perspective is built on Freud's ideas and gin-extend la niyang theory ni Freud which is the psychosexual stages of development which only focuses or bagat narelay more on childhood experiences. So, an kan Erickson's psychosocial stage is the basic psychological and social tasks which individual need to master at intervals from infancy through old age. So, as we all know that an theory ni Erickson's is infancy to old age talaga ya. So, and counseling implications is that by taking combined psychosexual and psychosocial perspective ni Freud and Erikson, counselors have a helpful conceptual framework for understanding developmental issues as they appear in therapy. So here is the table nga nagpapakitahan comparisonhan kan Freud ngan kan Erikson's developmental stages. So I will not discuss this to you further guys kay since maaram naman kita ini na-introduce ni aton from first year. So kung gusto niyo basahon ang table na gin-attach ko dida. Adi to ha book nga gin send ni Ma'am Andrea. So i-check na lang niyo guys if gusto niyo basahon pa. So that's all for today guys. Thank you for listening. And I hope you learned something today. Thank you and God bless you all.